It is time. It is time. It is not Vader time. It's
You
truth
can do
time.
better than that. You can do better than that.
I could, but I don't wanna.
I know it's sad. Did he really have to lie? I get.
No, I mean, Craig didn't either, but you know. Oh my God!
I could have caught that.
For the record. For the record.
Because we've seen what Adesanya can do.
Oh, we see what our lasagna's done.
Did you call him Lasagna?
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today.
Islam?
Yeah.
Islam,
Don't hurt yourself over there.
It's a chisel done. It's local Negro. Right.
Local esophagus shuts it down for everyone. There's something in the water. Yeah, it's a Hellcat.
Because we don't care. No, I'm not.
We do not care.
We do not care. And now no, I'm not speaking French. We really don't care. We've been through a lot. All right.
And Isaac do not care.
That's a joke. Tell him laugh. Uncle Sam, cut the bag. Brody plot will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't.
Yo, what is going on? He said I had the Birdman hands ready. This is Unbounded once again. I'm as always the truth. Along me, I got my boy, the outlier, as he has. We're gonna go ahead with this dog. Sitting here looking at your hashtag, and I said it to you. Yes, he was the original Beast Mode. I used to hate watching him play.
Of course you did.
I used to hate watching him play. If you don't know what we're talking about the just the horrible news that we got early this week. That if you're looking on YouTube, you see the headline now. You see the picture. The original Beast Mode, Marion Barber, unfortunately passed away this week. Isaac.
Yes, brother.
You're a Cowboy fan.
Yes.
I want you to go ahead and just explain to the ones that didn't get the opportunity to watch a legitimate tank.
Marion Barber was like watching, like you said, it was like watching like a tank roll through. You know what I mean? He wasn't super fast, but he was gonna his lower show. Actually, I'm gonna even say this. He said he was before Beast Mode, and before you had before you had the Beastquake, and before you had Derrick Henry, taking defenders' souls by planting them face first on the ground. You had Marion Barber, who's doing all that. Yes. Now, granted, he wasn't taking souls, but he was running through you. He was definitely running through a motherfucker's face.
If you were the first one to him, 9 times out of 10, you weren't getting the tackle.
You're not tackling him. You were not tackling him. Go look up the clip of us versus the Patriots, Cowboys versus the Patriots, when we had that shootout with, well, it wasn't a shootout, but when we played Tom Brady, right? But we ain't talking about that right now. I'm going to get my Tom Brady.
Is this the one where he almost got a safety?
Yes. 2 yards. Almost got a safety because of how elusive and – which is weird because he was elusive and big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which made him like a kind of a nightmare to tackle. And here's the other part. He wasn't even our best guy. We had a duo back there because we would send him in there on like 3rd down or 2nd and short, and then we bring in Julius Jones. But Marion Barber was legendary. I had the pleasure of seeing him play in Texas Stadium before they tore it down when we played the Ravens. Unfortunately, we lost that game. But still, they called him Marion the Barbarian, and man, he earn that.
Whether he was a duo with Lawrence Maroney at Minnesota, whether it was Julius Jones, Felix Jones, where he was a three-head monster with Felix and Tashard, you always knew that. Yeah, I know all that stuff, but you always knew
he's not even a Cowboys fan. That's a wild fact. It was weird. It's weird. It's almost like you know a lot more that you should be a Cowboys fan.
My dad was a Cowboys fan. All right,
I know.
It's kind of hard not to know Cowboy stuff when your father has been a Cowboy fan all his life.
Yeah. Although I can understand with it although I can understand becoming a fan of a team that doesn't really resemble your parents. He says as he's the son of a 49ers fan and a Commanders fan. Especially being a Cowboys fan when there's a Commanders fan in the house.
But I said to you and Breon earlier this week, I was like, Marion Barber would have been what Marshawn Lynch was.
Yes.
If he were able to have won a ring with Dallas.
Yes.
Just imagine Marshawn Lynch without the accolades of Super Bowl 48. Even before Russell Wilson got there, Marshawn Lynch was a guy that you knew that he could make the play, but then he was known for that one play in the wild card game against the Saints, and that was really his claim to fame. Now he has more of a legacy because of the fact that he was the offense. The offense ran through Marshawn all the way to Super Bowl 48 and should have, and yes, I'm going to say it should have ran through Marshawn Lynch in Super Bowl 49.
Yeah, go home. I'm too tired.
I know, but this is my first time actually saying it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I usually everybody saying, "Oh, y'all should have ran the ball." I've never been the one to say it. So, which makes it very interesting, especially with something that I saw today from a former Seahawk. But this is the first Bowl that we went to, and I kind of hold off on that until we get to the story that he was more related to in this conversation. But between him, Jeff Gladney, and Dwayne Haskins, this has been a very, very rough offseason for the NFL.
That and Tom Brady coming out of retirement.
But I'm just speaking with just untimely.
I know. I'm just
Gladney and Dwayne were in their mid-20s. I don't even think Marion Barber hit the age of 40.
No, 38.
38, and I think his 39th birthday was gonna be 5 in somewhere less than 10 days.
Yeah.
So it just has not been a really good all season when you think about the NFL losing so many young players. A guy that had so much promise and a lot of people were waiting for that comeback. A guy that I don't really believe that he was ever able to get his flowers.
Oh, no. It was because it was in a time where, especially for Cowboys fans, we were still trying to find, it was our identity, because Romo had just gotten there. Romo hadn't been there long. You know what I mean? And we were trying to build the team around him in a sense that we had him. Now we were just cycling through running backs, and we didn't really have a strong line at the time. And
I think having that era where y'all had
questionable wide receivers. They were not bad, but just questionable. And our defense was non-existent. As a team, there's a period as a team where we didn't really, like I said, we didn't really have a lot. We had a quarterback, but that we had a quarterback, that's for sure. And we were just kind of putting it all on him, and whatever he could work with, he worked with. If not, you know. So that's how it was. So that's why when we think about it now, you're right. We didn't give him his flowers, but back then it was like not that we couldn't. It was like, you know, we're trying to build something here, so you can't stay too long. You're either here to produce or you don't, you know. And he tried, but I don't think he did what I keep thinking about. What if he could do what DeMarco Murray did years later, when we were kind of better with the line and with receivers and all that.
Especially right around that time, we started seeing the lifespan of a running back kind of drop.
That too. So, it was like 2-3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years max.
I said it before. Dallas seems to be that team that can find running backs. So you had,
oh my God,
Marion Barber, Julius Jones, Felix Jones, Tashard Choice, DeMarco Murray.
Yep.
You got brought in Darren McFadden, and he busted out a 1,000-yard season. Then y'all brought in Zeke. And then now you have
Pollard.
Yeah, Tony Pollard. So it I don't think that really helps either, because Dallas has just been, people say about the Ravens, but Dallas has their claim to be halfback you.
Yeah. Why not? Here's
between y'all and Baltimore.
Well, here's the thing about us is because I don't think I guess because we haven't done as much with them, you know what I mean? Because they're not, or because they're not Mark Ingram, you know, because they're not hailing from this great background, so to speak. You know,
I mean, I think the biggest name y'all brought in for running backs has been Zeke.
Yeah, because he came in as a rookie, obviously from Ohio State, and Urban Meyer's Ohio State, and on top of that, they had just come off that national title win,
right?
And that's what he came in. Plus, he came in, he ran track, he did all this other stuff, and he came out like a lightning bolt, you know.
So just the other names like Minnesota. I don't even know where Tony Pollard went to Charlotte.
Tony Pollard went to Memphis. Marion Barber went to Minnesota. Julius Jones went to Notre Dame. I almost called him Julius Jones. Julius Jones went to Notre Dame, and
he did play for
I think Tashard Choice went to Pitt. And
none of these schools were as big as the Ohio State University.
All right, hey, I would have said it's Ohio State. It's whatever.
So it's just and even with Baltimore, they've had some guys from big universities, like we said. Mark Ingram came from Bama.
Yeah.
They just brought in. They just drafted him 2 years ago. 27. I can't think of his name right now. He was injured last year. J.K. Dobbins. There it is.
Yeah, Ohio State, right?
Ohio State. So they have their running backs come with bigger names. But with Dallas, it feels like they just find that diamond in the rough.
It's like we find quality over, over style. You know what I mean?
Like,
we're finding the Wheeler Yutas among the Kenny Omegas.
Like it was like that one time we found Thomas Rawls and picked him up for that one season. He like just straight up went off, and then after that, just kind of flailed out.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, rest in peace.
Yeah.
To Marion Barber. I still have not gotten any information on the cause, even though I really haven't. To be honest with you, I haven't really paid attention to the look, because it's not something that I really was looking to find out. I just didn't care. I was just thinking about the fact that we lost a a guy that you can consider to be a legend for the Cowboys. A Cowboys legend.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. This season, when the season starts, we're
They'll
gonna
probably have
have
like
something.
NBA or 24 or something on there.
Yeah, we're gonna have something. Yeah, I believe that. Can we get political for like 2 minutes? I need like 2 minutes.
Where are we going? Because if this is where I think we're going, then I might have some input.
Oh no! It's not where I think we're
It's
going.
not really.
It's about what we were talking about before.
Oh, about your thing tonight, this morning.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's
Go ahead.
That's it. All right. So today I didn't attend it, but I did. I was in the vicinity for a pro-life event. It's called Walk for Life, and the thing about it was that I at first, when I heard what it was about, I wasn't fully comfortable because I realized like I'm around a bunch of people that don't have the same principles as I do. But first of all, I'll give them this. These people were super nice. Okay. Like they came in, they weren't rude. They didn't have any, paraphernalia about them that would say they are pro-life, like other pro-lifers you think would. You know what I mean? It was a church organization that did it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do this. Shout out to the crisis prevention, to the crisis pregnancy center, because you guys do what I think, if you're conservative and pro-life, what you should be doing. What they do is they help out mothers who become pregnant but are still questioning if they want to have it or not, and they end up going with it. And so it provides them with the resources to help sustain for a little bit. You know what I mean? It helps them take care of it safely. It helps them give birth safely, even though I was saying, well, that's what hospitals are for, right? But then somebody made a good point. Well, hospitals don't give you resources. You know what I mean? So it gives them a safe place to do it. It gives them, all these resources to help them sustain. And I got to give credit where credit is due. That's a very great concept.
Yes.
And the other thing about it was, I realized something today. This showed me you can be both. You can be pro-life and active. You know what I mean? When I say active, like, okay, this is what happens when you're conservative, but you actually have solutions. You actually want to do something about it. Because for most part, what are most of the clips you see on like TikTok or whatever, or on social media when it comes to abortion clinics or abortion in general? You see what? Bunch of religion, remember, Christians. You'll see them standing outside Planned Parenthood and other places, like showing, pictures of unborn fetuses and hurling like judgmental insults at these women. You know what I mean? That's most of the stuff you see. Well, it's most of the stuff I see when I get on TikTok. Not most of it, but still, I still see that every now and then. And I'm thinking, no, I don't think that's not really pro-life. That's not pro-life. You're just judgmental. You know what I mean? You just want to be there to just hurl insults and not do anything, because we all know you're there to just hurl insults. And then when the baby is born, you don't care. You don't care what happens to the mother or the baby, as much as you say you do. You just wanted to just come into the world, and after that, hey, it's not your problem anymore. But it is your problem if they want to go into Planned Parenthood. So, but shout out to the Crisis Pregnancy Center. Definitely a great concept. It's good. They have Rebecca St. James there, and so that's pretty good. But yeah,
so
it was good.
Because I've started to notice, and it's going to kind of lead into what I want to go to next.
Okay.
Because I've noticed that a lot of people look at and I'm using these terminology even though I'm not 100% on board with the terminology, but the right.
Okay.
So when I say the right, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, the conservatives, the Republicans, they look at them and they paint them as this intolerant group of people.
Yes.
And the ones that I've been around, I haven't gotten that from them. And like I said, it may just be me. But there have been so many different conservatives that I've talked to on the, whether it be on TikTok or just in real life in general. And I'm like, ain't no way that all this time I've been told that conservatives have been intolerant and all these other things. And then I'm sitting here with my own experience, and then no, you're not going to sit here and tell me that. And then, and no, this is not every single person, but then you look at sometimes with the political left, they're the party of tolerance and this, that, and the third. But as soon as you show that you differ any of your opinions, then you are attacked for it. You're attacked for it. And this is so relevant now because in the Black IWC.
Great transition, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I said it worked so perfectly.
Fantastic transition.
Nikkita Lyons on Memorial Day, posted a video of her basically doing her little nunchuck thing that she's done on multiple occasions. We all know that she likes using nunchucks. And she had a song in the background by a guy by the name of Topher. And the lyrics in the song said that really had everybody so worked up, saying that it said, "March around the Capitol, storm the city gates." Didn't say storm the Capitol. It said storm the city gates. What does that mean? I don't know. But March Around the Capitol, this song dropped, and I had to double check. So it was dropped on January 6th, 2021. But it kind of, if he dropped it on January 6th, he had to have written it before January 6th, correct?
Yes. Yes.
This is why I tell people all the time, go talk to conservatives, right? Because if you go talk to some, sometimes you'll get to understand that some of them have been, you may disagree with them, and that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, if you can have a good conversation with them, that's why I respect Drake so much. When Drake Works got to our video and listened to it from me at that point, who was still kind of pushing more left, now I'm kind of more center right. And you're probably a little more center left, and then Breon, I don't know where that he is, but for him to sit there and listen to that, and then be able to say, "I appreciate these guys." I know that he's more far right than either one of us are. I completely understand that, but at the end of the day, if I were to walk to him right now, I could be able to speak to him and have a nice conversation, whether we agree or not. And that's my issue.
We should, honestly.
That's my issue with so many people. And it was so hilarious because last week, the president, Joe Biden, was at his alma mater, was it University of Delaware?
Yeah.
And he was up there saying that this generation of people are the most tolerant people that he's ever seen. I was like, you can't be serious.
He must not have seen us. He must not have seen our people, the people our age, during 2020 and all those protests. Because we were like both. It was like both. We were super tolerant, but we were going to throw stuff at the police.
But then you see this where she did a song with lyrics from a black conservative. Like, you had people trying to throw racism at her, but I was like, dude, it's a black conservative. It's so many black conservative rappers out there that I found over the last year plus
You did find a lot.
Like, I already knew about I can't even think of his name. He did a song with Topher. So I just found about Topher. Now I listened to the song, I was like, if you really look at it as in the whole aspect of the song, he's talking about unity. Because at one point he said white, brown, black, stand together, something like that. I can't quote the lyrics. He did say that, and yeah. But I'm just over this whole idea that you have to agree with me or you're some form of ism or bigotry. When you look at the word bigotry, what is the actual definition of bigotry?
I got you.
Please pull up the actual definition of bigotry here, because I really want people to understand.
All right, here we go.
Because that's
from Google. From Google. Bigotry. Noun. Obstinate or unreasonable attachment to a belief, opinion, or faction, in particular, prejudice against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. The difficulties of combating prejudice and bigotry. Similar. Prejudice, bias, partiality, partisanship, sectarianism, not sure what the fuck that is, discrimination, unfairness, injustice, God's Among Us, great game and series, intolerance, narrow-mindedness, fanaticism.
Pause. The I word.
Injustice, God's Among Us.
No, not injustice, the other one. Intolerance.
Yeah.
That's the one.
No, that's not down. That's not down here. That's not even in the definition. Yes, it is. I'm lying.
That intolerance word is exactly what I'm at.
What the hell?
You can't sit here and try to call somebody a bigot when you're literally doing what bigotry says bigotry does.
So I just found out what jingoism is, and this is kind of what I don't like, because it leads to blindness, and blind loyalty is a curse upon humanity. Extreme jingoism is defined as extreme patriotism, especially in the form of aggressive or warlike foreign policy.
But you see that in just about anything. And
I know. I'm just saying. I just.
But yeah, what my point is, yes, you're going to have some bigotry on both sides, and that's why I'm looking at everything now. It's like, yes, there are some conservative Republicans, whatever you want to call them, that fit that mold, and then you got to look at the other side and say some of y'all are just as bad, if not worse.
Yes,
or liberal Democrats. So at the end of the day, it's both sides have issues, and that's why I've said so many times that there are things that I agree with from the left, and some things I agree with from the right. And you always hear somewhere in the middle is where everything needs to be at.
Yes, and the problem with that is, like I said, Lewis Black is, first of all, if you don't listen to Lewis Black or don't know who Lewis Black is, look him up. He's a genius. He's a comedic genius, because he said something that I think about a lot, especially when it comes to politics. He said there has to come a point where Democrats and Republicans can look at a piece of footage and agree on what the fuck reality is. And then his example was, you can't show a video of a Land Rover running over a cat and say the cat was trying to kill itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But stubbornness is always going to be an issue. Let's keep it above. And so, like we said last week, I and even off air, I told you, be prepared. I have a feeling what we saw last week, we're going to see more.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to see more.
And like, this is not me saying that. No, this is not me wishing it. This is me seeing that something's up.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. I don't have tinfoil hats. I don't have koofies. I don't have none of that stuff. but it smells fishy in here, and I haven't had no seafood today.
I'm just kind of over the, like I said, do actions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we can give thoughts and prayers all day.
100% of the time.
You give thoughts and prayers all day. You know what I mean? That's the whole problem with
that. And look, that's me first and foremost. But at the end of the day, I'm going to figure out. All right, I prayed. Where do I go from here?
Exactly. What's the other saying? Faith without works is dead, right? Because one thing's for sure, we know that both sides, but we know one of those sides keeps saying how much faith they have.
Are you working?
Yes. Are you? That's the thing. You keep saying keep talking about all this faith you have. As I keep seeing, there's this one senator, and I forgot where she's at. One senator, she has on the side of her bus, Jesus, guns, and babies. That's a so weird.
I kind of see why.
Weird. Huh?
Because look, here's the thing, and this is why I say, like, I try to differentiate mainstream and like the rest of people, because that's what you're seeing in the mainstream. You're seeing those buzzwords that will make your emotions go one or the other way. So
her name is Candace
like you
Taylor.
said, Jesus, guns, and what was it?
Jesus. Her name is Candace Taylor.
Babies.
She's running for governor of Georgia, and Jesus, guns, and babies is the campaign she's running on. She said she's not a fan of separation of church and state, which is there for a reason, but
that is and I was listening to a guy on TikTok, and he said that whole purpose there was to protect the church. So I'm not rocking with that.
No, absolutely not. This is all from Yahoo.com. GOP candidate running on Jesus, Guns, and Babies platform says the church runs the state of Georgia. This is on May 22nd. This article is on May 22nd.
That's not even factual, but okay.
It's really not.
That's not even factual.
What, but, Yahoo or what she said?
No, what she said.
Okay. She says at an event, the church. She said she criticized separation of church and state, saying the church runs the state of Georgia. We're going to do a political rally and we're going to honor Jesus, standing in front of her campaign bus that said Jesus, guns, and babies. They're not going to tell us separation of church and state. We are the church. We run the state. She criticized the Luciferian.
So this is propaganda. Okay, cool.
She said she criticized the Luciferian regime taking over the state of Georgia and accused current governor Brian Kemp, who is a Republican, by the way, for selling out the state to the Chinese Communist Party. And like that,
she called him a rhino?
Yeah, we're done. She called this man a rhino.
A rhino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is weird that, like, she called him a rhino, but yet Killer Mike talked to this dude as soon as he got elected. Shout out to Killer Mike, by the way. Killer Mike talked to this dude the second he got elected, as soon as he could, and was like basically laid down a whole platform. Speaking of which, also shout out to Killer Mike for having Herschel Walker on his show called Love and Respect. Yeah,
I'm going to listen to that.
Yeah, he had him. From one of the clips I saw. One of the clips I saw was him basically explaining to Herschel about the dangers of pretty much kind of trying to wash down history. You know what I mean?
Okay.
How he was trying to basically give him the whole thing about how, like Black history is also American history, and you need to teach and keeping that. He was saying how Black history is similar is the same as American history, and keeping that from, teaching that to white, not teaching that to white kids is more of a danger to them than it is to, that is damaging to, it's more damaging to white kids than it is damaging to Black kids not knowing the history of it. You know what I mean?
I want to hear what he got to say. So I'm a definitely
send
send that to me. I want to listen to that. But I studied.
That man caught a whirlwind on it.
At some point, I really went back and watched how the former president got to where he's at.
It was just literally propaganda for 4 years.
But when you know, and here's the thing, I'm gonna give him credit for. He knew how to tug at emotions. Same thing with Obama. If you know how to tug at someone's emotions, and yes, this is another way of me kind of moving to something else. But being able to tug at emotions and make somebody feel something, you can have them eating out of your hands with whatever way you want to if you can get them on your side. Just ask MJF.
That was brilliant. That thing was
one
brilliant.
today, dog.
That was absolutely brilliant.
I am on one today. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, boy. Is it? I want to make the hot take, but the other side of me is saying let it play out and see
what
how.
Is your hot take?
So I've seen it a few times, and a short term, from a short term point of view, I like the I like the MJF pipe bomb more than CM Punk's pipe bomb. However, I want to give this time the same way Punk's pipe bomb had time to see the effect of what happened Wednesday night. Because I think it's only fair. I did see a lot of people also throwing Miz's name into the hat as well, which I don't think Miz is they're talking about the Talking Smack promo with Brian, saying that was up there, which I'm not too sure if I'm putting that up there. Even though Samoa Joe's up there from TNA back all the way back in the day was actually pretty good too. So what was your thoughts on everything that happened with that pipe bomb?
I thought it was good. I thought he spoke fact. I knew that as soon as MJF came out there, as soon as it said we're going to hear from MJF, I said this dude's about to set fire to everything right now. And considering his style of cutting promos anyway, like he's always on that, he always does what he does anyway. He's always going to say something.
Yeah.
I could kind of sense that. And I didn't think they were just going to dive headfirst into the whole him leaving thing. He's not leaving. I can't.
Not right now, because he's still got to 2024. Now 2024. Could I see him find it? Maybe.
I'm gonna find it very hard to believe, although not impossible. Not impossible. It's gonna be very interesting to see him.
So I have pros and cons for him leaving. Now the pro is clearly the bigger platform, and a guy that has the status of MJF. I don't see Vince McMahon saying, "Okay, we're going to full out overhaul, change you." They're going to basically Cody Rhodes him. Now, the con for him going to WWE, it's just certain things that he does that makes it MJF he can't do. Not because of Vince, but because of the people above Vince. And I think people kind of forget that a lot of the issues with that isn't because Vince doesn't want his people being able to be as offensive. Like he can't call somebody methany, and recipes to her. Pillman's mother passed away this week as well, so recipes to her.
Wait, what? Oh, that. Jeez.
Yeah, and that was
I
what
didn't
he
know
called
that.
methany.
That's no, you can't do that on WWE.
Yeah, and just like the GDs that he drops, you can't do that. You can't drop like
it would. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now I know people talk about this a lot when somebody like big and they're intense, and they go to WWE. They say they get watered down. I think MJF is definitely one of those wrestlers who would go to WWE and have to severely water down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's for the
sake of the company, because of it's a publicly traded company. Like with like for example, like I said with Punk, because in a way, because Punk couldn't say half the stuff he said in ROH. I imagine he had to, he had to adjust.
It's a family event, and that was the thing I've been saying so much about the difference between WWE and AEW is, and we've seen it when you go to a WWE show compared to an AEW show, you see more families.
Yeah, you do.
So they cater to a different demographic, and I think it works in their favor. But
although I will say this. I was thinking about this earlier. I said, it'd be really good. And this is why I say I wish WWE wasn't publicly traded, so it could do like more indie stuff, because I would love, and The Rock means love, give me House of Black versus Judgment Day. Yes, no, House of Black as it is, and Judgment Day as it is, with Rhea, Damian, and Edge versus Malachi, Brody, and fucking
intergender matches
and Buddy, huh?
Intergender matches. I see what you're going.
Yeah, it's because you can't tell me Rhea wouldn't be dope in that.
And it's so funny because
you can't. You cannot sit here and tell me that Rhea would not shine there.
The fact that Cornette himself said that Rhea works like a man. I think she can fit in. That came directly from Cornette.
Plus, on top of that, I've been seeing on Twitter, her and Buddy, they probably work out together all the time. They probably train together. Their chemistry is probably immaculate.
Well, I would hope so. They're a couple.
Okay. All right. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Wait, you didn't know that?
No. I thought she was still, I thought she was still thirst trapping everybody because she was single.
No,
I guess you can do both.
Came out and said.
Oh, good for them. Also, by the way, before we get further, shout out to Sammy and Ty for getting engaged in Paris.
Yeah, like a year after he broke up with his first one.
Yeah, that's questionable, but still,
Well,
I say congratulations to both.
Here's to a happy relationship and happy marriage down the road.
No, before you can't tell me you want to see that.
Oh yeah, I would like to see that. That's one of the intergender matches that I think I would really love to see.
I gotta show you more because there's some pretty good ones.
She can finish, like she's on that level, even though she's not really on that level anymore due to her actions of excessive nature.
Yeah, that was the only one, because she had some intergender bangers. So
like if she would ever go to like an Impact like years down the road, she could do what Sessa did.
She's not even 30, bro.
Oh no, she's younger than us.
I know. That's wild.
That's the crazy
Fucking
part.
wild. That is insane. It's absolutely insane. Speaking of insane, who wants to hear this hot take?
Oh, here we go.
So, like I said, feel free to clip this. And people on Twitter, feel free to at me if you got beef. I do not care. Anyway, so I had a thought. And Anthony, what is one of the one of the things I said, like I said it, probably said it last year. One of the things I said about AEW is that its biggest goal, right, is to not is to last as long as possible and not end up where? What is one of the things I said about AEW that it does not want to
end up on Dark Side of the Ring?
Exactly. Does not want and wants to last as long as possible and not end up on Dark Side of the Ring after like a good, I don't know, less than 20-year run. Honestly, put it this way. Now, some people may look at it as a failure now, but if long-term, if AEW doesn't last 20 years with the talent they have and can continuously bring in, it was a failure.
Now, I don't think it's going to die. The question is, will it remain at its status?
Yes, that's a good question. Anyway, here's the take. So after talking with our boy Duke and just putting out random ideas and just talking with him, I realized something. AEW, to me, for me personally, AEW is like Lucha Underground. If you remember Lucha Underground, right?
Yes.
It had wrestlers in there who we know who are big names now, i.e. like Brian Cage, like Taya Valkyrie. Shit, they had Johnny Mundo at the time.
Johnny multiple names.
Johnny multiple names. They introduced us to Penta. To Pentagon Jr. They introduced us to Phoenix. They introduced me to Mil Muertes. Prince Puma, a.k.a. Ricochet, because I didn't know he was Ricochet at the time. You know? They introduced us to all these people, all these great names. And, Aerostar, Drago, Sexy Star, even though we don't talk about her no more. No, they introduced us to all these people. Huh?
She like Bruno?
Did she burn out?
No, we don't talk. I say,
yeah.
Isn't she like?
Yeah.
If you don't talk about
there are
Bruno?
a lot of wrestlers that are like Bruno right now. But yeah, there's all these people were great in this realm, and Lucha Underground still as a product was amazing because every week it was something new. For 1 hour every Wednesday, I was looking forward to wondering what would happen. Something would happen. I said, okay, what happens next? Every week, who's fighting who next? What kind of match? Where's it going? Aztec Warfare. Oh my gosh. I need to see some more Aztec Warfare. You know what I mean? Just all these great concepts brought in to be this great thing, created Lucha Underground. And that is how I view AEW. I view it as this place that has a lot of great talent, and it does just a little bit of everything. It can get technical, it can get intense, it can get violent. We saw that at Anarchy in the Arena. It can get really violent because Eddie Kingston was about to light Chris Jericho on fire. Blood and guts. You saw the dog collar match. Not even blood and guts, the dog collar match. We saw it there with Punk and MJF. It can get violent.
Blood and guts is gonna be stupid violent too.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes. It's gonna get crazy. It can get technical, like with Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega did last year. It could get just like a good knockdown, drawing him out, like Punk and Eddie Kingston did last year at Full Gear. Love that match so much. You know what I mean? It has all these multiple facets.
So it's
and
like
every week, for me personally. So what?
It's like MLW on crack.
Pretty much. What, Lucha Underground or AEW?
AEW.
Yeah. Okay. it's like this thing where it's like I gotta see what happens next week. I gotta see what happens next week. I have to. I have to see what happens. Like for example, like what in the wake of what just happened, Punk not really relinquishing the title. So confusing. But now we got a battle royal to determine who faces Mox in the main event. And now I'm curious who they're going to put. And then on top of that, Hiroki Goto and Hiroshi Tanahashi are going to fight each other to determine who's going to face Mox at Forbidden Door, which should be fun. You know what I mean? Both those matches are good, but it's probably going to be Mox Tanahashi. Because why wouldn't it?
It's going to be Mox Tanahashi.
Because why wouldn't it be? Because first of all, they've been trying to have that singles match for about 2 years now.
They were trying to have that singles match when we went down for Fight for the Fallen. Weren't they?
No, they were building to no. That was Tanahashi trying to get the US title from Archer.
Oh.
Because Moxley was on Dark that day. Anyway, the thing is, it's every week something new, and it's got all these layers to it. And the more and more I watch AEW, the more and more I realize it's basically Lucha Underground. It's good, it's quick, time flies by pretty fast, and before you know it, it's 10 o'clock. I miss Lucha Underground.
I'm not 100% agreeing. There are, like I said, there is no TV show right now where I just feel like I have to watch it. Like, I'll watch it. There's things that I enjoy. And then there's things like the Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers. That was like, well, let me know when CM Punk comes on. Because, like I said, I'm not a big fan of just like the overly choreographed matches. Like, I was sitting here and immediately the Young Bucks standing right there watching him as he runs towards them. Oh snap! Takes the tope as they're just watching as the ball goes above their heads. When I can tell that you're working with the guy to do something really, really cool, it's just like if you can make a cool spot look cool and look legitimate, like you didn't see it coming, it's amazing. But that's the thing, because sometimes you have to be. It has to be perfect, or it's going to look clunky and convoluted. So it's just one of those things where I can see why some of the older heads aren't the biggest fans of the modern style of wrestling. Family Guy, Stranger. What are you talking about?
Oh man, this is fire.
I don't have a transition for this one. I don't have a transition, but David Etute, I think I'm saying his name right, was found not guilty.
We didn't do cards.
Huh?
We didn't do. All right, cool.
I don't have a card. I don't have a card this week.
Well, I'll find one. I got you.
All right. David Etute was found not guilty for his case where he beat the guy up to his death because the guy was catfishing as a 40-year-old man catfishing as a 19-20-year-old woman. And I saw a lot of people upset about it, saying that it was trans panic and all these other things. I was like, no, this is not trans panic, because the guy wasn't even trans in the first place. This man was preying on college kids as a 40-year-old. Now, if he was coming out here and saying that he was a 40-year-old transgender woman, then yeah, you'd have a case. But when you're lying about your age and gender to basically get at college students. Now, did he deserve to not be here anymore? I don't know, because according to Etute, he said that the guy he believed that the guy reached for a gun, in which they found weapons in the guy's house. They found a knife under his bed and things like that. So, who knew what his motive was at the end of the day? So, it was one of those sticky situations where I think if it weren't for the fact that they found the knives, and he said that he was reaching for a gun to basically off him, that it probably would have not gone in his favor. But that happened to where it helped him out. What's your card?
All right, so I'll give you a hint. It's already Impact Wrestling. You're probably gonna guess that anyway. It's Impact Wrestling. Dark match. Bobby Roode defeated Vaughn Doring, aka he goes by Joe Doring now. First match on the card. Eric Young defeats A1.
A1.
Yes.
Whew. I feel like this is some dope fire era.
Jay Lethal defeated Petey Williams in a singles match.
So it's definitely a Don't Fire Eric era. So this is like 2006.
Okay, you're right. Abyss defeated Raven and Brother Runt in a no disqualification match.
Pause. I'm mad they called that man Brother Runt.
Yeah, that is what they called him.
No,
It was Brother Ray, Brother Devon, and Brother Runt were the Dudley.
Brother
Team
Runt.
3D.
That's about as bad as calling Owen Nugget.
The Naturals, Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens with Shane Douglas defeated 7 other teams in a triple chance battle royal to determine the NWA World Tag Team Championship #1 contenders. Senshi, aka Loki, defeated Chris Sabin for the TNA to retain his TNA X Division Championship. Speaking of which, Low-Key fought ACH at House of Glory, I think over last weekend.
I saw that.
Had a banger too, it looked like. Speaking of which, shout out to Hiromu Takahashi for becoming the first person in history to win the Best of Super Juniors 3 times in a row.
My guy.
Yeah, he defeated El Desperado in the final.
I'm sorry. I'm happy to see him wrestling, especially after that neck injury, him breaking his neck.
Yeah. Then he messed up his shoulder. He broke his neck, then he messed up his shoulder. So it hasn't been easy. But his style is so high speed that,
Has he slowed down any bit?
Not from what I've seen. A little bit. But for the most part, he's still high energy.
Figured.
Christian Cage defeated Rhino. Then AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels defeated LAX in an Ultimate X match for the NWA World Tag Team Championships.
Is this Slammiversary?
No. And in the main event, Samoa Joe defeated Jeff Jarrett in a Fans Revenge Lumberjack match.
Bound for Glory?
No.
I don't know. No Surrender?
It actually is. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
If it wasn't No Surrender, I was gonna concede because I was like, those are the only 3 ones I've known that they had back then. What other pay-per-views? It was like No Surrender.
Back then, they had Lethal Lockdown, No Surrender.
But weren't all like the Lethal Lockdown matches like in cages?
Yeah, in the 6 sides of steel, what they call 6 sides of steel. And then I think the main event was supposed to be like, it was like they put a cage, a roof on top of it.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty unique concept.
All right, I think I might have
A
one for you.
unique concept.
I got
Because in 2006, I'm looking at 2006, they had Against All Odds, Bound for Glory, Destination X, Final Resolution, Genesis, Hard Justice, Lockdown, No Surrender, Sacrifice, Slammiversary, Turning Point, and Victory Road.
How did I forget Sacrifice? That's like one of my that includes one of my favorite promos.
That promo.
Hey man, the math.
Also, shout out to GCW. They're having a tournament of survival today that I'm missing because times are hard. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, Hoodfoot, our buddy Hoodfoot. Well, he's kind of our buddy. Hoodfoot is in it. He in his first round, he was facing Rina Yamashita, and I'm curious as to see the results of that because I'm kind of rooting for Yamashita myself.
Who is Yamashita?
Rina Yamashita is a deathmatch wrestler. She's good. She's really good. She was in one of my favorite matches. It didn't make my list, but it was really good. She fought Atticus Kogar at the Nick Gage Invitational last year, which is a deathmatch tournament. It was really, really fun.
How small is she?
She's not that small.
Okay.
She's not that small.
Well, Hoodfoot is a tank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think she won. But if she did, I mean,
I got mine, by the way. And just for the sake of laughter, I'm going to read the time of these matches. So,
hang on, let me
dark match.
Go ahead.
Dark match. The Hurricane defeats Stephen Richards in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Opening match. John Cena and the FBI, consisting of Chuck Palumbo and Johnny Stamboli with Nunzio, defeated Chris Benoit, Rhino, and Spanky in 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
This has got to be like 2002. No, this is like 2003.
La Resistance, Sylvain Grenier and Rene Dupree defeat Scott Steiner and Test in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri defeats Team Angle, Charlie Haas, Chelsea Benjamin.
Oh, man.
2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Hey, spoiler alert. Hoodfoot lost in the first round to Rina Yamashita.
Ain't no way.
Bruh, I got him watch this card.
We are rioting.
She actually made it to the final. She made it to the final. Against Drew Parker. See, man, now I gotta watch this card. Hey, can you here? I'm gonna send you a text. Because Cage and Survival is tomorrow. So
Christian defeats Booker T. Christian wins the Battle Royal to win the vacant Intercontinental Championship in 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Tori Wilson defeats Sable in the Bikini Challenge.
All right, this is definitely before women had rights in WWE.
Mr. America with Zach Gowen defeats Roddy Piper with Sean O'Hare in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And we all know who Mr. America is. Kevin Nash defeats Triple H by disqualification in 7 minutes and 22 seconds.
This is 2003, isn't it?
Yes.
Is this what was before? It's before Judgment Day. Is this Vengeance?
No.
Backlash? No, it's not Backlash. No, I know that Backlash.
You were there. You were there.
Is it Judgment Day?
Yes, it's Judgment Day.
2003, right?
Yeah, because Jazz defeats Jacqueline, Trish Stratus, and Victoria in 4 minutes. A fatal four-way lasting 4 minutes and 47 seconds. And the longest match on this card, Brock Lesnar defeating Big Show in a stretcher match in 15 minutes and 27 seconds. Pretty sure this pay-per-view was like 3 hours long, and the matches went barely over an hour.
I'll find them. I'll find them somewhere else. Actually, matter of fact,
barely over an hour. That's insane. How much did you care about this whole court case with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
Not enough. That's for sure.
I didn't care. I really didn't care at all, to be honest with you. I guess that's just my dissociation from Hollywood news. Like, I could care less at this point. This is like, where was all this energy in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial?
Come on, man. You know better. You know probably better than me that the elites don't want their business out there.
Because if they went ahead and probed deeper into the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, you'd probably be seeing a lot of your favorites in jail.
Yep. You know how it goes.
So that's just like from the slap heard around the world to this. I'm just like, okay, what's next? Because you just know eventually somebody's going to come up with some more tomfoolery that's going to dominate the mainstream media. And who knows, maybe it'd be another court case. But the thing that kind of got me was they had the lawyer on some TV show. I don't know what show. I think it was on NBC because Nate Burleson was up there. And the lawyer was making all these excuses of how Johnny Depp is such a big name that's why they lost, making all kinds of excuses. And
you're
then
Amber Heard's lawyer?
Yeah. So
I mean, last I checked, what's the name wasn't in a DC in a Marvel movie or DC Marvel in a DC movie that cost like $1 billion.
Is she like an actress too?
Huh?
Isn't she like an actress too?
Yeah, she was Mira. She played Mira in the last Aquaman.
I'm gonna need y'all to get my name right, y'all. What in the world's wrong?
Hey, did you see my message by the way?
No, I haven't. I'm still live on the Clock app. Is it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check. Yeah, I got you.
Thanks, brother.
I got you.
Because I gotta see it now. I was like you. I was like, there's no way Rena's gonna be.
I'll go ahead and take care of that.
All right.
Where was that? Shoot.
You said you were talking about Amber Heard because Amber Heard, like I said, Amber Heard played Mira in Aquaman. That was like a big thing. I don't know what she was in before that, but you know.
So she was in something. So Nate Burleson basically said, "I'm a former NFL player." For those who do not know, he played for the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions.
And the Vikings at one point. He also played for the Vikings.
He did start off with Minnesota.
Because I think him and Randy were there at around the same time.
Yeah.
They were.
So,
actually, here, let me check.
I think he was like right there at Randy end of Randy's run in
Minnesota,
and then came to Seattle. And he basically said, when we lose a big game, you can always make the refs, because he was on the Seattle Seahawks team in Super Bowl 40. So he knows about
they were on the same team.
losses.
He was also on the same team as Calvin Johnson. Nate Burleson was.
So he knows, because Super Bowl 40 has been one of those controversial Super Bowls because some of the horrible calls made by the refs, the not touchdown run by Ben Roethlisberger, the pass interference that negated the touchdown from Darrell Jackson. What was it? The clipping call on Matt Hasselbeck after he threw the pick, I believe, Ike Taylor. So we we were on the butt end of a lot of bad penalties. But at the end of the day, you still got to look at what did we do wrong. Because if you look at it, what did Seattle do wrong in Super Bowl 40? Oh, they bit on the flea flicker. The score was 14-10, and you bite on the flea flicker. If you don't bite on that flea flicker, maybe you get a pick, and it's only 14-10. And now you got a chance to have Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander to go down and make a clutch play to go up 17-10, 17-14. And who knows, that could have been the play that made it to where it was at. But at the end of the day, what did you do wrong? What could you have done different to get the result that you wanted? And so that was his whole thing to the lawyer. And I don't think it really registered in her head because I've come to understand that a lot of people don't want to take accountability and say, oh, this is my L, I'm going to just go ahead and take it on the chin.
No, nobody, like I said that before. Nobody, like, one of the most underrated, appreciated things is people don't know how to take L's anymore. They don't.
And you already know, I will gladly walk into a place and say, I was wrong.
I've done that multiple times when I said, yo, this is why I don't talk a lot of trash anymore, unless I know it might happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really don't talk trash at all, for real. But, like, I don't, because I know that it can either go really right or really bad. For example, I remember being in high school and I had my PE teacher was a Steelers fan. And I remember the Cowboys were playing the Steelers that season. And I told him, like, you know, this one I was still kind of in that phase of Cowboy fandom where the Cowboys are amazing. You know what I mean? They're really good. They're always going to be good. Huh?
You were the SpongeBob meme.
Yeah, basically. And so I
that was me with Mr. Ben and back in Jolliffe.
I was, yeah.
Me and Mr.
See,
Ben
there too.
I used to go back and forth with Mr. Ben about him because he was a Jaguar fan.
It's such a weird time.
It was because he would talk trash right back. It would be a daily thing.
I was like, dude, you're a Jaguars fan. You can't talk right now. By the way, wherever you, Mr. Ben, if you're watching this, wherever you are, I hope you're living a good life. I really do.
Your Jaguars still suck, though.
Yes, unfortunately, they're still trash. They're still trash. Y'all need a line, because if you don't have a line, you're gonna kill Trevor Lawrence. You need a whole new franchise. Just burn it. Just take him out back and burn it.
Oh my gosh! You get some Hoochie Daddy shorts?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Have you seen everybody's talking about it?
No, I saw Faye Jackson say something about that on Twitter because she's having another sweatpants battle royal.
I think it is at Kyle show. Yeah, it's at Kyle show.
Okay. By the way, shout out to Kyle for his birthday recently, for celebrating his birthday.
Happy belated birthday, my guy.
Yeah, it was birthday / retirement, so to speak.
He's at the last match?
I'm not sure, but I know he was going around Twitter saying I know a lot of people were saying happy birthday / retirement. So it's honestly up in the air. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I do know his birthday.
One day he will come back. But I think he's going to be kind of deep into making sure Paris' bumping is going well. Big ups to my boy, all the way back from high school.
Yeah. Also, I know you don't follow it. I know you don't follow it as much as I do. But y'all fucking leave goddamn Kid Bandit alone. That dude is that human is one of the best humans on the planet.
Who's Kid Bandit?
Kid Bandit on Twitter. He's a wrestler. He trained at the factory with Cody Rhodes. He was at he's appeared at GCW. He's been on AEW. He's been on Dark. But I thought I sent you some clips of him.
Who knows? Maybe.
Remember, he's the dude who said, I told you he's the pro. He calls up the protagonist of pro wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, look him up. He's good. He's good stuff. But y'all, I'll leave that, bro. Y'all leave that my friend alone. All right.
Whatever you gotta do, leave that child alone. How old is he?
Bro, man. Anyway, yeah. So there's that.
For those who are out here partaking in this movement of trolling scammers, continue the good fight.
Yes.
Be out here.
Fight the good fight.
Did you see the ones I did? What was it, a few days ago? It was somebody that I knew from another church. And they would like, send me your cash app. I'm gonna send you all this money. I was like, all right, cool. First things first. How do you know
Rest
me?
in peace, Uncle Phil.
Well, clearly. But I was like, how do you know me? Shut up! And that's Jamie and Iman talking about Max. But the person, whoever the scammer was, got so mad because I was like, I need to know how do you know me first? I'm going through my personal vetting to make sure you are not a scammer. And they got so mad they ended up blocking me.
Yeah. Well done.
Wait, because I sent it. It's in my photo. I want to read it because just the conversation was absolutely insane because they thought they were gonna get me. Is this it? Yeah.
But no, sir, not you.
Drop your PayPal, Cash App tag, or Zelle tag, and get an instant $3,000 giveaway from our company. I reply, who am I?
Bone Crusher?
You're not going to say Peter Pablo?
No, I was going to say...
You're not going to say Peter Pablo? Dang.
I was going to say Bone Crusher.
She was like, individual says, why ask me that? Then I said, just to confirm you are who you say you are. The person replies, I don't have time for that, okay? Then I was like, then there can't be time for sale. He was like, okay, send me your Zelle. I was like, there can't be time for that. So like, send me your Zelle. So like, my question first. Why? I want to give you money. You ask me questions. Red flag already. Because this English is not right. This English is horrible already. So I was like, you ain't real. So I was like, because hackers are out here, so I have to vet who I send my info to. The person replies, no, I'm not. Then I was like, so I need to be sure for myself, how did we meet? Then this person replies, GTFO. They were like, come on, this should be easy. Then it replies, I told you I don't have time for any questions to answer. Then it was like, clearly you gave enough time to beat around the bush. You could have said the place easily with less words. Then he replies, have a great day. Then I reply, sorry, I wasn't gullible enough to be hacked. Have the day you deserve and be blessed.
Have the day you deserve and be blessed.
Then I says, oh, then they reply, okay, I don't have time. I don't have nothing to do with that, okay? Then they're like, if that be the case, you wouldn't be annoyed by me making sure you know who I am. Laughing emoji. This person replies with an emoji of them sticking their tongue out, and they're like, want to try again? And then I checked the Facebook, and I'm like, dang, you hacked her on Facebook too? They replied, you're not ready. Have a great day. And then they're like, you're not real. Have a better day. Good luck in your scamming journey. It continues. And they were like, block. They were like, do it. I'm not going to. It was like, block. They said it. I guess they said it a lot. They're like, do it. I'm not going to cry. Trust. And they were like, I didn't ask you to do that. In which I replied, didn't ask you to announce that you were blocking me either. Upside down face emoji. I say all that to say, I got some I got time today. So if you want to come to me scamming, just know I got time to be straight ridiculous. And people that actually know me know that when I want to be ridiculous, I will say some wild stuff. Like, dang, you had the Facebook too? That's crazy. What are y'all talking about now? But that's all I had. I think that's all I had on my list. Oh, did you want to get into this idiot before we dip out?
Yeah.
You know exactly what idiot we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm going to be very blunt here. One of the biggest things, and if you know me and you're watching this, excuse what I'm about to say and how I'm about to word it. One of the biggest problems we have in the Black community, especially when it comes to celebrities, put it this way, I'm not even going to say the Black community. Well, it's true though. One of the biggest problems we as Black men have in this community, is dick riding.
Oh, that was according to that one, but yeah, go ahead with that one too.
We Black men, we ride for some really fucking people who should not, we should not be backing like we do sometimes. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it, but I at least know a line. Some of y'all are riding for some dudes who, first of all, will probably throw you under the bus the minute they could if they actually knew you.
I don't know if you saw this. I'm gonna find it, but I retweeted it. Shout out to Stacey for saying this. But
what happened was, the reason I bring this up is because there's a dude, an 18-year-old kid in Georgia, is facing 23 years felony charges for allegedly wanting to kill the sheriff and his wife of his town. Well, not of his town, but he was threatening to kill the sheriff and his wife who arrested Young Thug and Gunna.
Can you run the age again, please?
18 years old, facing 23 years felony charges for dick ride. Here's the thing. He's not even facing crimes for alleged. He's not even facing crime. He is facing crimes for that. But he's mostly, the biggest crime he committed here is you riding for this dude like really hard, which is really fucking weird.
Or for a dude that ain't even gonna know you exist.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a fan of things. I'm a fan of Eminem. I'm a fan of Kota Ibushi. I'm a fan of, GCW. I'm a fan of Nick Gage. But you know what I'm not doing for Nick Gage? I'm not dick riding for Nick Gage because I know he's not like the most savory of characters, which is probably a huge understatement. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not like I say, when we went to Fight for the Fallen, I popped huge because I didn't think I was ever going to see Nick Gage wrestle, because I just was right into my GCW fandom, which is still like GCW. Anyway, still, I didn't think I was going to see that, but I did. And he was good. You know what I mean? It was good.
Found it sweet.
But I'm not dick riding for Nick Gage. I'm not dick riding nobody. I don't know. Like, what are y'all doing? Because if you look under the comments of that story, that's mostly what it was. People weren't even mad at him. They weren't even, not even mad. People weren't even shaming him for getting arrested for trying to kill the sheriff and all that. They were mostly shaming him for being a dick rider. For somebody who really doesn't deserve it. Nobody in YSL. Everybody in YSL is getting what they deserve. That's my opinion. I don't care, Because what did I say before when it comes to this? What did I say before? They're rich. Yes, you make your big line. I also said you guys are rich. There's no reason you should be caught up in a RICO case.
Exactly.
There's no
Thug
reason
is
on earth.
like making bank, supposedly.
Yes. There's no reason why none of them should be in a RICO case. None.
Why is Thug involved in this?
For real. That's why I don't really have a lot of empathy for it. I don't.
I had nothing for
Because and then the other thing I said is, why is it that y'all are rich and rapping about how bad y'all had it as kids when you were all younger, just to be in that bad environment, just to still stay in that environment?
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
I got this tweet. So Stacey Samaya said this on June 1st. One day we will have the discussion about how celeb worship and stan culture is traits of mental illness.
It is though. Because who does this?
Can't lie, bro. That's one of my favorite mutuals on social media, and she be spitting some heat. When she said that, I was like, it's so true. Because we seen it, we saw it. We were like you just said with this YSL story. We saw it with the case with Amber Heard. As soon as that happened, you had a lot of people still crying about how this is a setback for women. If you are expecting to have any type of, if you're looking at celebrities to basically be any type of role model to you,
you're looking in the wrong place.
Something ain't right with you. Like, it was because I saw it on Facebook. Somebody made a post because Sierra was twerking on the car.
Oh yeah.
And somebody was like, "This your role model?" First of all, when I looked at the picture, I was like, "I don't care about her twerking right now. Why is the gas price almost $7 a gallon?"
That's what Adonis said. He said the same thing.
Why is the gas so high?
He said gas is $6.99. It was $6.69. That's ridiculous.
So, but at the end of the day, why are you looking at Sierra? Why are you looking at Sierra to be a role model?
Yeah, for real. Like, honestly.
Stop looking to these celebrities to be some type of gauge on how you should live your life. That's why a lot of the issues that we're having in our communities, whether it be the Black community or whatever community that you want to say, we're in.
Or
like
here's
Hot
the
Girl
thing.
Summer, Hot Boy Summer, all these other things, all these cultures that, and we get caught up in it so much. And then years later, we look at it as like, why do we do that? Because we joke about it all the time now about how we used to wear clothes that were make us look like we were 300 pounds. And now, I mean, look, 10 years from now, we're going to be laughing about Hoochie Daddy shorts. Just wait on it. It's going to be people laughing about. You had people out here wearing shorts that looked like they were wearing Daisy Dukes. So at the end of the day, this whole idea that this celebrity is some type of mogul or whatever you want to call it is ridiculous to me.
I was going to say, if you're going to do that, let it be somebody positive at the very least.
Don't, and even then,
I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, at least do it for somebody who's going to try to make an impact in the community, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even do it then, dog, because we've seen so many times how people like that have turned out to not be the greatest people either. That's
fair. By the way, speaking of the judge, this is as of June 2nd, according to Fox Atlanta, judge denies bond for YSL rapper Young Thug over RICO charge.
Said it last week. I said this week again. Keep him in jail.
A Fulton County judge has denied bond for Young Thug after expressing concerns over threats he may have made. Yeah.
I know a lot of people are trying to abolish the jails, but if you feel like you should be able to terrorize our communities, I am 100% for keeping you in jail.
This includes a threat. He says the Supreme Court judge took several things into consideration, which included a threat introduced to the court attributed to Young Thug, whose name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams.
Yep, that's his name.
Attributed to Williams from 2015 that states anybody goes into courtroom and tells the God's honest truth, they'll be fucking killed.
Wait, Thug said that?
Yeah, according to a statement he made in 2015.
He may be done.
Yeah.
He might be done.
Earlier, a defense attorney proposed an unprecedented house arrest program that he said would involve 24 armed off-duty police officers who will work around the clock and get paid $60 an hour at one of Williams's 4 Metro Atlanta homes. A criminal defense investigator testified that the unprecedented security option will cost more than $1 million a year, but prosecutors argued defendants should not be able to pay their way out of jail. They said Williams is a violent gang leader who poses a tremendous threat to the community.
Boom. It goes right to my point. If you are out here terrorizing our communities, you are just as bad. Because I saw this tape on TikTok. Somebody said that even the craziest dudes out in the hood aren't shooting up schools. But you're no better than those same people when you're out here terrorizing communities and you're killing just as many kids as people in these schools doing and all this such. So that whole comparison is stupid. You are terrorizing our communities. You are killing innocent babies and children. Stray bullets don't have names. So many of our children are dying of stray bullets. And if you were out here doing that, I am 100% in favor of you being put in jail for the rest of your life unless you can show that you have changed. And even then, I keep an eye on you.
It also says that we have taken proffers from fellow gang members of Mr. Williams, saying that some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will kill them and their family. He was arrested in Buckhead as part of a sweeping gang indictment that also named 27 other people, that's still funny. Which is basically the whole thing.
Because I think Youngkin just started the task force.
Including fellow Atlanta rapper Gunna. Fulton County prosecutors allege those named in the indictment are members of Young Slime Life YSL gang, which has engaged in criminal activity in the city since 2012. That's funny. But now that's the part. Now here's the real idiot. Here's a real idiot. Because that's stupid. Here's a real idiot. 18-year-old Quartet.
I thought you just said that.
No, I was talking about the thug getting denied bond. That's for that article.
I thought you started talking about Quartez or whatever.
No, I did, but I didn't read it because I saw the thing about how Thug got denied bond. Anyway, back to this. Deputies took 18-year-old Quartavius Mender. Why couldn't I get through his name?
Quartavius.
According to him, Mender wrote multiple death threats and comments of Instagram posts of the sheriff Pat Labat, the Gwinnett County sheriff, the Fulton County clerk, and more after the arrest of Atlanta rapper Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 other associates on racketeering charges. In the comments, officials say Mender wrote he was going to kill the sheriff, his wife Jackie, and Atlanta Public Schools police chief Ronald Applin unless one of the high-profile defendants in the case were released from custody. The sheriff said we take these kind of threats, brazen threats, very seriously. Social media, cyberbullying, and hiding behind a keyboard will not protect someone for criminal prosecution. Which, side note, if that's the case, I'm like, we really need to hold kids. Like when kids commit suicide and trans kids commit suicide in school, but y'all want to bring this shit up, about how they were bullied and cyberbullied and all that. And when all these kids take their life, you need to charge those kids who bullied them. Trace them back, find their names, and charge them. Seriously, because we have a lot of that. A lot of it. A lot of people say, "Oh, don't be a bully," and all this other stuff, and then don't cyberbully and all this other stuff. You got all these kids. This is one of the reasons why I don't want kids, and B, I don't want. I think giving a kid a phone or access to social media at an age like 13 or even 12 is way too soon.
And you see why Kanye said what he said. What was it last year? Kanye was up to something when he said what he said. When he was so mad about North having that phone and having a TikTok. People call Kanye crazy for it, but you just sat there and proved this point, and now I'm sitting here agreeing with everything you're saying. Because
think about it. Think about how many times have you seen, fucking 15-year-old kid, 15-year-old girl, 9 times out of 10, it's mostly 15-year-old girls or younger taking their own lives because of bullying. I can't tell you. They made a whole series about this. What was it? 13 reasons why.
I don't have to go to that extreme.
Well, no, I don't think that's what 13 reasons
I can take it very mild and even still prove my point. You know what I did. You know what I did. No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, no, you see it. You see it every day.
And if you ask any of them, I'll sit there and tell you. I say it all the time. Y'all don't know what to do with these things.
No.
Y'all don't know what to do with them.
You don't. Clearly not. Clearly. And fucking, where's this motherfucker? Look at this nigga.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Fucking 18-year-old, his life's over. 23 years in felony charges for making.
I believe that social media should have an 18+ age limit. If we really want to get extreme, I say 21, but and some of them don't know what it is.
Because think about it. You got all this, and then oh my god, I can't tell you. I see so I know it's TV and I know it's shaped up, but my god, how much of that is actually true? Probably actually happens, but we only shake it away because it's TV. Kids in high school doing getting caught in compromising situations, and then one person decides, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of this or a video of this and share it around the school to fuck with this person, to drive this person. I just watched it on The Equalizer because this girl, she was I guess a grade A student and top of her class and all that. She got caught in a compromising situation, and some dude decided to take that video or picture and share it all over social media to the point where at the end of the episode, the girl was going to jump off a bridge and kill herself, jump off a building and kill herself. Yeah, granted, that's TV, but that happens.
Yeah.
And no one cares. Y'all say y'all care, but you don't. You don't give a shit. Let's be real. Humans, we don't give a shit. Let's be real.
It won't, and it's unfortunate I have to say this, but in order for people to actually care about a situation, 9 times out of 10, it has to happen to somebody that they care about.
This is why I said, this is going to sound bad. I think if somebody, this is going to sound bad. I think if you need higher profiler targets. That sounds bad. I know that sounds bad, but honestly, rich people aren't going to get it until rich people get it. That's a bar right there if you really think about it. Rich people are not going to get it until they get it. Because seriously, once they get it, man, they all shift it in a heartbeat. Anyway, fucking idiot.
Speaking of idiots, let's talk about this other
23 counts of terrorist threats, all felonies. He's currently in custody in Fulton County Jail without bond. He's 18 years old.
He's done. His life is over.
His
life is over.
For what, son?
His life is over.
For 18 years old, your life's over. And you know why it's over? And why is it over? Dick riding. Don't be a dick rider. We're gonna get canceled, aren't we? I know you don't care. I don't care either. Like,
look at my face. Look at my face and tell me this is a face of somebody that cares.
It's not.
Okay, there we go.
Like I said, we don't care. Like I said, if y'all cancel us, hey, so be it.
You thought in the beginning of the pod, we do not care.
Yeah, and I'm not speaking French. Care. We really don't care. We don't.
When it needs to be said,
we're gonna
say
it.
My name. I tell. Like I'm going to tell on this lady who decided to take it out on a dead mother.
Oh, this fool! This is so, man.
I'm never going to sit here and act like. Let's go ahead and say it, homeboy. Now we got it out of the way.
Homeboy, what? I didn't catch that. Homeboy, what?
Now be happy you weren't dating Chris Benoit.
Wow. Yes. Yeah.
Let's keep it a bean. Because you decided to say, oh, you cheated on me. I'm going to take the ashes of your mother, go to the bridge, and throw it.
No, dump the ashes out first. She dumped the ashes out first, then threw it.
Said, yeah, your mother's going to swim with the fishes. Now, this man could have been.
Look at her fucking face. Look at her fucking face.
There's something.
If regret after the fact was a person.
No, I've been cheated on multiple times. Never has that ever been a thing that says, maybe I'll do something as crazy as this. Matter of fact, the girl broke up with me. I cried. I went over there to talk. You know how that whole thing ended? A hug.
Oh.
You thought I was going crazy? No, a hug.
No. Because I know you. You wouldn't do that. So the fact that it ended like that is it's good.
And on her birthday, I'll tell her happy birthday, and that's about it. That's about as much as I talk to her. But I've never gone to the point where I felt like I've had to get even. Like this whole idea that you got to be a crazy, you know what? Like, can we leave that in like 2008? Like 2011, I thought I was doing something yelling, I did crazy shit. Thanks a lot, CM Punk. If you remember that when his whole thing with AJ Lee before they even got married, it was the I did crazy chicks thing.
Yeah, I think we all had that period.
That sounds cool. 10 years later, it's like that sounds stupid.
I think what happened back there is like how now we're kind of looking at Rhea like we would love to have a woman like Rhea Ripley.
I don't know. Maybe 10 years from now was like, but we'll see. But the whole I bust your windows out your car.
No, so let me tell you about that.
Reality has to go.
That video. There's a video of a girl doing the sound on TikTok. She literally takes a pipe and busts the windows out the car, and then it's a stitch. And you know what the stitch is of that video? The sound of I woke up Chris Breezy.
Somebody did that to what we're talking about now. I'm waiting because I know somebody in the IWC is going to get a hold of this. And all you're going to hear is
I think Adonis already did that too. He saw the video. He was like, Chris!
I was about to say.
Oh, so fucked up.
It's just ridiculous that we still are thinking that is okay. It's not okay.
What's so funny is that I'm looking at the article. This happened in 2020. And after the fact, she admitted texted him that she did it.
And she recorded it, or was that not the recording of her?
No, that's the recording. That's the video of her doing it. Did you not see the video? You saw the video.
No.
Wait, you haven't seen the video?
I seen the video.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to fish it on TikTok, and
that's apparently from 2020.
Oh my gosh.
The video itself is from 2020. And this is okay, so this is one of those cases where you really got to be careful with the internet, because this happened, right? Mm-hmm. She did this, recorded it, and somehow it found its way to the light.
There's biblical backing for that.
Yeah.
What's done in the dark.
Now, so in Texas, she's charged with the crime of she's arrested and charged with abuse of a corpse, which is carries a $4,000 fine. It's a Class A misdemeanor and carries up to a year in jail. So not gonna be much, but you know.
About the corpses and everything.
So what?
I figured it was some kind of law that she was going to break for it.
Well, yeah, no, you can't mutilation of a corpse. So it makes sense.
Well, again, you make your bed, you're going to lay in it.
Yep.
But that's all I got, dog.
Yeah, good for Magic.
Anything else for you? I got to go pick up couch.
Yeah, I'm just going to repeat what I said before. Also, yesterday was the 28th anniversary of one of the best matches I've ever seen between Mitsuhiro Misawa and Toshiaki Kawada, or better known by its date of 6/3/94. It's a match from All Japan for the Triple Crown Championship. It's a very good match. Very, very, very good match. Great match. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and watch it. Yeah, do yourself a favor. It's good stuff.
I have nothing to add. I think I've said all I needed to say. So with that being said, peace, love, and pop stars. Remember to drink your water.
Also, Eddie Kingston will be world champion. All out. I'm calling it.
I would like to see. I kind of want to see Eddie versus Mox in this match on Dynamite next week, but we'll see. We'll see who wins this battle royal first.
Because think about it. That'll be the start, and then you can finish it at All Out.
Yeah.
Around him. Anyway,
we're gonna get on out of here. Y'all be easy. See y'all next week.
Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Everything I